Greetings all. This is the September update, and I've got a lot of good stuff to talk about and good stuff to report. And well, the quick story is that we're kind of getting near the end of all of our major refit of the boat. And hopefully when I do my next update, the boat will be floating and in the water. And well, let's start off by showing you a quick slide, and you can pause this slide to take a look at all we're doing. But I think, like me, when I made the list of everything we've done, a little bit shocked. I mean, it's a heck of a long list, and ordinarily, I mean, God, if somebody showed me that list, or if I had seen it up front, I would have thought it might be a couple of years to get all that work done, but the team has done an amazing job. And you know, barring some surprises, probably by a couple of weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, the boat will actually be floating, and then we'll have a few weeks of shaking it down to make sure everything works. And by November 1st, we should be ready to go. So watch for my October update. It should be pretty exciting. And before I show you kind of the current status of the boat, I can talk a little about some of the challenges that we've gone through that have gotten us to this point. We've already talked about the stabilizer project, and it was a wild one. And when I show some pictures from inside the boat, I think you'll be surprised by all the extra equipment, more than just to do the stabilizers. I'll also, today I spent working on insurance. As we've thought about going through the Northwest Passage, and I'm signed up, we're doing it. And I've even actually already paid some of the fees to get started on all the permits. Insurance is being a challenge. Our insurance company turned us down, and I need to find another carrier, and I'm talking to an insurance agent about getting that going. But I'm expecting it's going to be difficult and expensive to get insurance to go through the Northwest Passage, but it'll be a trip of a lifetime. So we're going to do it, whatever it takes. Yeah, I've got a list of about 15 other items here that I can talk about that have been challenges as a result of the refit. Things that made us a little bit crazy, and things we've been working on. The shafts was a big project last week. For those who don't know what I mean by shafts, I'm talking about basically the shaft that connects the engines through the transmission to the prop. It's held in place by cutlass bearings, kind of big, what would you say, donuts that go around the shaft. And apparently one of those at some point in the past overheated, and the rubber in it came out and went through the cooling system for the shafts, and also damaged the shaft. The shaft is kind of a bright purple with deep scratches on it, and so we had to pull the shafts out of the boat, send them to a place to get metallized, they call it, where they replace the metal that was lost. That you know, they should be back in the boat by this time next week, and we'll have it fixed. The other big challenge that was kind of a nightmare was getting all the old appliances off the boat and getting new ones in. There's really, you know, the appliances that were there were put in when the boat was being built. You could pass things in through windows, and you know, in fact, I mean, maybe the you know, the top superstructure of the boat wasn't even there at the time. I don't know, but I know that getting appliances in or out of the boat now is non-trivial. We had to cut apart some of the appliances to get them out. And before we started, Roberta and I had made a list of the appliances we wanted. And kind of one by one, our original choices kind of went out the window as we looked at cabinet sizes and physically how we can get things into the boat. So well, that's been a little bit messy. And you know, whereas our boat is an American boat, it's made by a company called Moonin, and it's a Dogger's Bank boat, and it's an American boat, but it was made in Europe, and European design standards for things like appliances tend to be different than American. They run with smaller appliances. And so, yeah, kind of Roberta's Eye's initial list for appliances is kind of out the window. And we've almost case by case gone through and had to readjust our expectations as what appliances would fit. And yeah, in the last couple of days, the big challenge has been that, we got a Wolf cooktop that when it actually came time to install would not work. So, and we can't send it back. So at some point we're going to wind up trying to sell, probably on eBay or something, all of the stuff we've taken off the boat. And it's an amazing list. You won't believe it. Let's see, what's up next? Just parts in general, I still, if I had it to do over again today, would buy an older used boat and fix it up with just the equipment we want, but as compared to buying a new boat. But there have been a lot of surprises. I mean, one of them is just the age of the boat. As a 25-year-old boat built in Europe, as we look for new parts trying to make the boat new again, we're finding that some of the equipment on the boat is completely obsolete and parts not available. And there's things where, if we could get good spare parts, we would. Or a simple that I thought would be kind of trivial. We wanted to replace the door locks around the boat. And there's no way. I'm still not sure what we're going to do. That's a European standard that is 20 years out of date and just doesn't work anymore. So, we're hitting kind of those issues. And, let's see, the other surprise last week, we hit, some termites on the, prior to us buying the boat, the teak decking was replaced. So it's not old. But somehow between Sweden, where we bought the boat, and Seattle, we picked up some termites on the outside of the boat. And we got an estimate to fix that. And we're going to have to tent the entire boat just to be safe. And put all kinds of crazy gases in the air to kill everything on the boat, including any termites that might have stuck inside. And so that's going on. And the other thing as we start moving toward finished is, there's a lot of cabinetry that we're replacing, but there are also cabinets that are 23 years old that have sun damage or have little dings in them. And as we're moving appliances in and out, I'm sure we're creating a couple of more dings. So we got to think about how to fix and patch all of that stuff. And as we dug into it, I should mention that we've done things like the wing stations, the ability to drive the boat from the side. For some reason, the prior owner somewhere along the line completely removed them. So adding those triggered more work than we were expecting, in that to add them on meant apparently when they were moved at some point in time, it was because they were incompatible with the navigation control system on the boat, and had to be removed. And then when we put them back, all of a sudden we find out we have to replace all of the autopilot system and kind of everything that has to do with throttles and all of that stuff. So that's been a surprise and a challenge. But now we'll have working wing stations. We'll have a working remote control. We had some blinking lights around the boat. In fact, kind of all of them. And didn't understand why and tried to diagnose it like crazy, but ultimately gave up and just said, fine, let's replace all of the lighting in the boat. And that meant, it meant a much bigger deal than you would ever imagine. We also decided to replace the outdoor nav lights on the boat with LED lights. And, let's see, that's been a project. And as we've added projects, that's meant the completion date has moved a few times. but I think we are at the point where no more projects will get added. Well, let's see, next on my little list that I'm looking at is flagging. The flagging the boat as an American boat. On larger boats, a lot of people you'll notice, in fact, almost any boat over about 80 feet, if you look at the boat back of it, you'll usually find out it's flagged outside the U.S. There's a lot of reasons for that, and probably someday I should do an entire video talking about that issue. And if you follow kind of boat blogs like I do, there's one called Gone with the Winds, WYNNS, and they have a video talking about flagging, and it's worth watching. It's how you flag a boat is a bigger deal than I ever realized, and I wanted to be able to keep the boat at our own port here in Washington State. And as a foreign flagged boat, I just flat wouldn't be able to do that. I could get it into the state from time to time. And truthfully, I don't know when the boat will ever actually be at our dock. With Sans Souci, our Nordhoven 68, I flagged it in the U.S. as a U.S. boat, but and registered it in Washington State, but it spent almost no time in Washington State. After the first few months, it never came back for about 9 years, and then was only here briefly, and then we took it out of the country again. And the same will probably be true with this state. I'm going through now trying to get it registered in Washington State, which has huge fees attached, even though it'll probably rarely be here, and I don't think we'll actually cruise here or even be at my dock. And probably with 20/20 hindsight, I shouldn't have flagged it in the U.S. except for, I don't know, it feels wrong. Yeah, I don't know that I would have wanted to flag it like a lot of boats are in Cayman Islands, or when I bought the boat, it was flagged in Guernsey, a UK island, I think, somewhere. So we did flag it as U.S., but then when I went to hire crew, that created all kinds of problems, and then I needed a American crew to run on an American boat. And so if you look around out there, a lot of the crew is South African or kind of every country in the world, British. And being able to hire an American crew who can work on an American boat is not that easy. And lastly, and then I'll take a look and show you where we are at actually with the boat, and that's the tender. The boat came with a tender, perfectly good tender, low R's, a 17-foot high field, and went to try to register it in the U.S. and discovered that that was basically impossible without modifying the fuel system on the tender. And ultimately we had to kind of get rid of the tender and get a new tender. So yeah, it's been kind of like that throughout the process where we hit surprises, but luckily I've got a really good team and we're knocking them down one by one. So let's go look at the current status of the boat.
everything, and there's so many things. But we're getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there, little by little.
Well, that's it for this issue of the, whatever you want to call it, this episode of the blog. This was kind of the last video before, hopefully, the next video we see will be in October, and we'll be in the water and be doing sea trials, and things will get a little more interesting. So that's it for now. I'll see you next month.